What's going on, everyone? IVG here, Coach Steiner, is back for my Week 2 Team Builder against Lanturn coaches San Diego Lanturn. Um, Looking at his team, first let me show you the team that we have. This is the way we're going to be. I'll go by once I've done with looking at his team. If you look at his team, if you want to look at his team, I'll have what his team is in the description below. But here's what it is. In OE, he has Azumarill, Medicham, and Porygon-Z. In UU, he has Xurkitree, Haxorus, and Mamoswine. In RU, he has Honchkrow, Dhelmise, and Registeel. And then in NU, he has Pyukumuku, Ninetales, and Muck. Now, I noticed a lot about his team. Well, one, before in week 1, he had, I believe, Heracross over Medicham, and he had Gardevoir over Registeel. And I had prepped for those 2 months. And then he decides to switch him out beginning of week 2. And so I looked at this team and I said there really not much doesn't need to be changed because I have a counter or I have a way to beat Mega Medicham, and I do have a way to beat Registeel. Let's go over this team one by one. First off, we have Cynthia the Garchomp, Choice Scarf with Outrage, Dragon Claw, Earthquake, and Dragon Claw. I mean, not Dragon Claw, Poison Jab. Outrage and Dragon Claw and Earthquake are my main 4 stabs, and I have both Outrage and Dragon Claw because if I want to do damage but get the risk of confusion, I can go for Outrage. And if I just want to get something to where I'm not locked in, which of course I'll be locked in a choice card, but where I could still be able to swap within the end of the turns, I'll click Dragon Claw, but it'll do less damage than what Outrage would do. Then I have Earthquake because what Pokemon or sort of ground type wouldn't carry Earthquake? Tell me that. And I brought Poison Jab because of that Azumarill. And because of that Gardevoir he was supposed to have, but he traded for Registeel. But I still have Earthquake for that thing, so that should be fine. Poison Jab, I'll just mainly carry for that Azumarill, in case I just want to switch it out and just have that to hit it with. I know Earthquake will do a lot, but Poison Jab I'm pretty sure would kill, or knock him out, or hit him a whole lot harder than what Earthquake would have. Okay, next up we have Forecasted Thundersteer. I decided to run a Life Orb set. I was thinking about running a Fighting MZ with Focus Blast, that way I won't miss, but I didn't want to be optimized to just holding off to a Z move. And then I have Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Thunderbolt with full damage, and Volt Switch in case for a switch for me needing to switch. And I have Hidden Power Ice for that Haxorus and for that Dhelmise. I feel like I could switch that to Hidden Power Flying, which I may switch it to, but I'll keep it on there for now because I want to have Hidden Power Flying for Medicham, and I know it also hits Dhelmise just as hard. So if I ever make that change, I'll do it. I'll inform y'all whenever I have the post-commentary match. Next up, we have Extension to the Blastoise, making its first appearance within the league. I ran this weird set. It has Scald, Ice Beam, Ore Spear, and Mirror Coat. Scald, my main 4 stab, and is really good, especially against that Mega Medicham and the Azumarill, and possibly that Haxorus if it doesn't have that Lumberry. It does hit that Mamoswine pretty hard on its team, and I'm pretty sure if Honchkrow gets set up, I will be able to hit it down with the Ice Beam. I also have Ice Beam for that Dhelmise he has. And if I just want to do actual damage instead of just whittling down the Haxorus, I can just click Ice Beam on that too. And I have Aura Sphere mainly for that Registeel, and I know I had it for something else. Oh, the Porygon-Z. That's in case if he decides not to bring a Z conversion, which I was surprised to find out that was allowed in the league. And if he is into a ghost type, then this wouldn't be useful. I just click Scald. But I do have Mirror Coat as a backup if he decides to be a ghost if he converts into a ghost type instead of electric type, or just converts at all. I'll be able to live a Shadow Ball if he's the ghost, and I'll be able to hit it back to where it would knock him out. and I'd probably still be at like around 50% once I take that Shadow Ball. Now I do have a hard counter for that Porygon-Z, and that's Crazy Art Alone Muck. I did run a Soul Bed this time because why not? This thing has base 100 special defense, and with the Soul Bed, it's even harder to take it out. And looking at this HP stat, you gotta commend this thing because it takes so much hits and still hits back hard. Poison Touch, of course, and then it has Knockoff, Poison Jab, Brick Break, and Sneak, or Shadow Sneak. I would say Sneak Attack, no, Shadow Sneak. Knockoff, Poison Jab always have those two moves because they're Stab, and they always hit hard. Knockoff, if I want to get rid of item on a Pokemon, then I could do so. Poison Jab, damage, especially for that Azumarill, if it decides to have it on. I have Brick Break for Porygon-Z if it decides not to go for the Z conversion. I also have it for Mamoswine just for damage. And I also brought Shadow Sneak, and if he decides to bring that Z conversion Porygon-Z and goes into Ghost type, I'd still be able to hit it very hard because I still have like a bunch of investments in attack, and I'd still be able to attack it first even though he's at +1 speed, and I'm at like base 50 speed with no investments. Next up, who is also joining in for their first battle, we have Beyonce, the Ribombee. I decided to bring Choice Specs because, of course, speed is already covered, and I just wanted to boost that special attack set that he has. And Sweetbelt, I absolutely love because one, he has that Xurkitree, and if he probably doesn't bring that Z conversion Porygon-Z, he might bring that he might bring a Z Hypnosis Xurkitree just to counter, and I will have Sweetbell just so it could so that Ribombee won't fall asleep. And I don't know if it's just Ribombee that's get affected by this, or if my whole team will not fall asleep. But I have that either way. And I have Bug Buzz, Moonblast, Energy Ball, and Psychic. Bug Buzz and Moonblast, my rank 4 stab. I know it covers a whole bunch of his team. I have Energy Ball just in case if I want to hit that Azumarill and get it out of the way firsthand. I know it will probably do a lot to Mamoswine. I don't know if Ice Resist Grass or not, but I know it might hit neutral at least. And I do have Psychic, especially for that Muck that he has. If he decides to bring it as a special defensive wall, I'll be able to two-shot that thing. Jesus Christ, the tongue twister. I'll be able to two-shot that thing, and with that Choice Specs, and I'll be able to knock it out. And then finally we have my free agency trade, Disco Kid, him on top. And I decided to run a defensive, which will counterpart with Alola Muck like how he did with Snorlax. And it will do a lot because of that Intimidate. I absolutely love Intimidate Pokemon because it just weakens that physical attacking Pokemon a whole lot. I do have Close Combat and Mach Punch as my only form of attacking moves. I do have Rapid Send, but that's only if he decides to lead with Mamoswine with Stealth Rocks and decides to do that, or he has Registeel with Stealth Rocks. I believe those are the only two Pokemon that he has for setup, and I'll just be able to Rapid Spin the rocks away. And I do have Toxic just in case if he has, let's say, a Pokemon that's bulky and I want to whittle it down, or if he has no way to touch me and I want to whittle it down, I'll be able to Toxic that thing. And the only thing that it doesn't affect is, I believe, the Registeel and the Muck that he has in his team. Other than that, I believe I'll be all set for the battle. Go check out Lantern's channel. I know I have it in the description below. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all in the battle. Bye.